Sex is one of the most powerful techniques that you can utilize as a master. That's why it's so heavily pushed in this generation. But we aren't talking about the typical sex. We are talking about sex alchemy. Peace unto you. My name is Nadiie. Let's begin. See, for you to master what sex alchemy is, you must understand what intercourse is. See, thousands of years ago, ancient masters would say, let me learn you instead of let me get them goods. Because you are literally entering a course. You're learning them. That's esoteric, but even scientifically, you're swapping DNA. That's why it's important to lay with someone that has similar thoughts as you, to lay with someone that has a similar frequency as you, and to lay with someone that is on the same diet, aka livid, as you. See, if I choose to lay with the acidic woman, my alkaline DNA will get swapped with hers, and it will cause her to go through detox symptoms. That just basically means the body is purging and wanting to heal itself. It's not bad at all, but it just doesn't feel good. And vice versa, the same with me. Her acidic DNA will cause my alkaline genes and alkaline cells to be like, get this out of here now. That's why some relationships don't work. It's not that y'all are bad people. It's just y'all are literally not compatible. Scientifically not compatible. Spiritually not compatible. Don't bash them. Don't allow them to bash you. Don't bash yourself, and don't allow them to bash themselves. Literally, before y'all start swapping DNA, before y'all start kissing, before y'all start laying with each other, get some type of foundation. Like, look, I care about you past this world. So let's make sure our frequencies is in place. Because y'all also, if y'all really want to be with someone, you have to think about the kids. A lot of y'all toxemia is going to get passed on to the kids if y'all aren't thinking and y'all aren't willing to better yourself. Now that we have a foundational understanding of what intercourse is, let's master what sex alchemy is. Now, sex alchemy is the unionization of the Shakti energy and the divine masculine energy. Now, in higher consciousness, and we use the term higher for human transcription, for there is no high, low, left, right, in or without. That's all of this world. You'll find that the creator energy is actually the divine masculine energy. And the Shakti energy, which is the divine feminine energy, is literally what keeps everything together. The Shakti energy welds everything together. See, if this world, this third dimension that we live in, sometimes fourth dimension, depending on where you are, if it was just governed by divine masculine energy, the world will constantly change. You'll literally see vibrations. You'll literally see the frequencies, everything. It'll be moving like you're on a DMT trip. But because the Shakti energy came through, it says, get that together. Make sure everything stays in place. Let's bring stability. When the Shakti starts creating and bringing stability, that's when you have issues, because that's the divine masculine's job. And a lot of people, they especially put all of the creation energy on the Shakti, and it's literally overworking it. That's why a lot of people, Kundalini, aren't working properly. See, Kundalini is like this. And this is all a part of mastering sex alchemy. Because once you bring forth the divine masculine energy, basically the things that make you creative, anything that makes you creative, anything that has a pathway that guides you to willing in epiphanies or just sudden amazing thoughts, that's the divine masculine. And then the bringing forth action towards those thoughts is your Shakti energy. You're stabilizing it. Now, when you unionize those, that's when the Kundalini comes in. The moment you unionize those, like say you make a song like artists, the Kundalini raises up your spine a little bit, but it stops. Each energy point, like, you know, the chakras, each energy point is, see it as like a bus stop for the Kundalini. Now, when you master sex alchemy, your Kundalini shoots. Now, what people don't understand about Kundalini is they think that the Kundalini just has to come through all, like all of the energy centers to the top of the crown and then shoot out that way. That's only for a specific type of evolution. Now, this is some very, very deep esoteric wisdom from the Christ force. Each energy center is a bus stop. Now, depending on what frequency you're in, basically the dimension, depending on what dimension you're in, you have to understand what the dimensional laws is, and you have to understand what energy center is heavily apparent in said dimension. Because if you, as a master, send your kundalini energy to your crown, but you're in a world that only focuses on the solar plexus or root, then there's going to be a clear disconnect. You need it to connect. So when you unionize your divine masculine and your Shakti energy, basically when you allow yourself to be creative, when you allow yourself to not be so controlling, when you allow yourself to be free, when you allow yourself to not subscribe to the laws of the land, not be bound to the laws of physicality, but abide by the laws of God, then that's when the Shakti energy comes in to stabilize it, and then that's when your Kundalini starts rising up. But let's say in this dimension, the energy center that is so apparent in this world is either the root chakra or the solar plexus. They work hand in hand. It's like a seesaw. It goes back and forth. Well, you can send that Kundalini energy by retaining your release, and not even just the release you think about when you think about intercourse, but literally all form of expression is a release. So you literally have to retain your thoughts. That's why masters like Yeshua would say you need not thoughts, because that's a form of release. And you'll find out that thoughts are literally outside of yourself. So if you trick yourself into believing that they're inside of you, they cause more damage. You need to stop speaking. That's why a lot of the masters will go on vows of silence, because that's a form of release. You have to stop eating terrible things, because the body will automatically, without your approval or disapproval, will go through detox symptoms to kick out what doesn't serve. Kick out, release. So you'll have, earwax, eye boogers, mucus. You want to stop all forms of release. You want nothing to come out the body. That's how you hold Kundalini energy. That's how you will it to rise. And it rises automatically. Literally, the Kundalini is like reading it's like this, reading a book. This is the Kundalini, reading a book. And it's no coincidence that we flip to the page, the chapter in the Course of Miracles called The Justice of God. It's like reading a book, and once it sees, your frequency is finally ready. You stop subscribing to this world. Now let me come through. And it's going to start riding like on a train track. And then it's going to make the first stop. And it's going to be like, yo, you want to stop here? You want to stop at the root chakra? Okay, no, you want to stop at the solar plexus? Oh, you want to stop at the sacral? You want to stop at the heart? It's going to ask you, and you have to consciously be in tune. But to master sex alchemy, stop all forms of release. Stop speaking so much. Stop thinking so much. Stop perceiving so much. Stop describing everything in this world. Stop your body from going through detox symptoms by stop eating terrible foods. You master it by willing in the divine masculine, which is the creator energy, and then you will in the divine feminine, which is the Shakti energy, which allows everything to be stable. And from that, you literally set an intention. You'll say, by my name, I affirm the sight of God, and so it is. And then you can couple that with, I now allow my Kundalini to rest at this stop. But you must understand what stop it's at. You'll literally feel a warm energy. It's like a burning sensation either on your stomach or your spine in multiple places. So if you know you're super healthy, but you suddenly feel like you have heartburn, but you're utilizing all of these processes, the Kundalini is at your heart, and you can affirm it to stop there. And that's what's going to shift your environment, your reality, and that is how you're going to master sex alchemy.